If you believe the purpose of life is only to serve yourself, then you have no purpose. So help someone today. Welcome folks, Monopoly Stocks. Today we'll be discussing about a small market cap company which is Hcmc. What are their revenue projections, what is the market cap projections, and how brilliant is the management team. So stay with us, you don't want to miss this. I'll see you right after this. Welcome back folks. Before getting started, I would like to thank everybody who has subscribed to us. We're already crossed over 700 subscribers. We just started about a month and a week ago, and thanks for your love and support. At the same time, a lot of people are watching but not subscribing, so please do take a second to press that like button and also the subscribe button. In that way you'll help us to grow our channel. At the same time, you'll also encourage us to bring some unique stocks in front of you. So please do take a second to do that. So now let's get into Hcmc analysis. So a lot of YouTubers have been doing the videos on Hcmc, but what we are doing here is what we will be mentioning what are the industries Hcmc is invested in, how much huge potential they have, and why this $100 million raise is justified. Okay, so please take some screenshots. We did a very deep dive analysis on this, so if I'm going faster or if I miss anything, you can come back and look into that. So now let's get into the Hcmc presentation. So the latest on this is Healthier Choice Management Corporation files registration statement for rights of offering exclusively for the stockholders, and everybody knows about this currently. So I'm going to just say it again. So the company is raising about $100 million in gross proceeds, and they're offering these shares directly to the existing shareholders, which for every 4 shares you hold, you have an opportunity to buy 1 share at 25% discount. So this offering will come from 20 days to 90 days after the SEC approves the Form 1. So the money raised would be used for the working capital, research and development, protecting the intellectual property, and expanding the web stores and the online vitamin store sales. And this is very significant amount what they're raising. $100 million is almost 1/4 of the current market cap of this company. So the current market cap is about $450 million. So let's rewind back and see what was the share price and what was the market cap in December 2020. At that time, in December 31st, 2020, the share price was 0.0001 and the market cap was about $28 million. So now fast forward to April 2021. Currently, the share price is about 0.0016, which is 16 times the price which was in December 2020. And the market cap is about $450 million. So at that time in December 2020, they had only $980,000 in their hand on their balance sheet and about $16.28 million as their liabilities. Plus, if you look at the money what they generated and how much revenue they had and what are the different industries they're invested in, so look at this. If you see the stock analysis currently and what is the revenue they generated about $14 million in 2020, and they generated this in different industries. This is very important. Okay, so in the retail industry, retail vapor, they generated about $2.5 million, and in the retail grocery they generated about $10 million, and the rest of them, including the vitamins, online e-commerce and everything, they generated about $1.5 million. This is very important. Remember the different industries they're invested in, which is the vape industry and also the vitamin industry, and they have grocery store. Okay, so if you consider this one, their current market cap is about $450 million plus the $100 million which they're raising, which puts them at $550 million minus their current liabilities, which is about $6.28 million, and their administrative cost is about $9 million, which leaves us with $531 million. Is this really justified for this company? So they generated only $13.9 million in 2021, but they've been diluting the shares. So what are they doing with the money raised? So they've been doing the business expansion. In 2021, they started their online vitamin store. So now let's look into this industry. So according to facts and factors, dietary supplements market size and trends will grow to USD $306.8 billion by 2026. That is really huge. So there are many companies which are invested in this dietary supplements. Now let's look at the biggest one, which is Procter and Gamble. The market cap of Procter and Gamble is about $330 billion. But if you look at the revenue they generated only on the dietary supplements is about $42 million. If you choose this just the dietary supplements, which is a Procter and Gamble generated just as a separate company, their market cap should be about $42 billion. And if you consider the rest of the companies which are there in this industry, it comes up to $85 billion. So the total market cap currently of the companies which are in the dietary supplements, it's about $100 billion. But they're expecting the industry to go to $306 billion by 2026, which is about 3 to 4 times the current market cap. So, okay, so now we saw the dietary supplementary industry. So now let's see the next industry which they're invested in, which is the vaping industry. So the vaping industry, according to the Ariston market research, the global vape market to reach revenues of over 60 billion during the period of 2020 to 2025. So they are in the dietary supplementary industry, which is going to grow to $306 billion, and the vaping industry, which is going to grow to $60 billion by 2025. So let's see HCMC on the whole. So HCMC has 3 divisions, which is HCMC Intellectual Property Holdings LLC, which has about 40 plus patents, and that got to be worth something, right? And then we have HCM Healthy Choice Markets, which has the vitamin stores and the retail grocery store, and then we have the vape stores. So now we know it is invested in the markets where there is a huge potential. The real question is, how much market can they capture, right? So let's dive into the management. So now HCMC has been established in 1985, and it has a very strong leadership, and we all know about Mr. Jeff. He's constantly on the Twitter. He puts the sales ads. I mean, they're constantly doing something on the Twitter to keep relationship with the shareholders, and also they can market their sales on the Twitter. In this way, they can generate more sales, and if they're trying to put any new products, they can get to the people very easily through their Twitter. So there is a huge following for this company currently, right? Because due to the infringement case. So now let's look into this one. Let's just say they at least capture about 1% of the vitamin industry, which gives them about $3 billion in 5 years. So that's equal to 600 million in 1 year, right? So let's keep that aside. So now if we see the PM infringement case, if they win that case, that means they're going to make about $110 million due to the IQS products. So that's what IQS makes. They sell about 13 million products in a year, which is about $85 for each IQS, and that's equal to $110 million. So we mentioned this analysis in our previous video. If you want to just check it out, make sure check out in our channel. And if we add this up, everything together, right? So that equals to the vitamin industry, which will give them about close to $600 million revenue in 1 year, and we have $110 million in 1 year due to the IQS product, so which equals to $110 million revenue. So now if you factor in the enterprise value by the revenue. Okay, so the enterprise value currently is $550 million, which we mentioned in our previous analysis, and the revenue, projected revenue, is going to be $110 million, which gives us about 0.7 as the revenue, enterprise value by revenue. Okay, if you compare this one to their peers, well, let's just say we'll take Procter and Gamble. So their revenue to the enterprise value is equal to 19.62%. So which is very, very, very high than the current enterprise value by revenue of HCMC. Okay, so now remember I told you about the other factor. The other factor is Biden factor. So which Biden proposed the nicotine value in the cigarettes to be reduced. So which is a bull point to the HCMC, because they're in the vaping industry and they can like factor the nicotine level very easily into their products, right? So now if you consider all these bull points and the industry which they are invested in, which they are growing into, so even if you consider HCMC winning the case, the the infringement case of PM, whether they win it or lose it, it doesn't matter. Even if you take off the infringement case, they still their revenue could be up to $600 million, which gives us the enterprise value by revenue value of 0.83, which will still give us a very good value and tells us the company is still undervalued. So we know that they're raising a lot of money. If they have this $100 million, they'll be cash rich. They don't need to raise money anymore, and they have a lot of good potential to expand their online vitamin store. They can expand their vape stores, and they can get into any other industry related to vaping or tobacco or anything, right? So that is the main factor here. So if you are invested in HCMC, and if you are like for the long term, just consider all this stuff. This is a company which you have to consider for at least 2 to 3 years of investment. Don't look out just for the infringement case. This is a company which is invested in a lot of high growth industries. Okay, so that is the main thing which we want to mention in our analysis. Plus this company, with the public attention they got, they're doing everything right in the, and also they're favoring everything in it towards shareholders. Even this 25% reduction in the price while selling the shares is also a good thing for shareholders, because now whoever bought it at the high when it was about 0.005, and now they have a chance to buy it at a reduced price with a 25% discount. Hope this has helped you guys to understand what is our opinion on HCMC, and also it has helped you to make a decision whether to invest in HCMC or not. So if this has helped you, please do take a second to press that subscribe button. This will really encourage us to do more and more videos on this. And always remember, please be good to each other. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.